I'm not done. Let me cook. Let me cook.
Like, I used to be with this girl, right? And she put me. No, I swear to God.
That's true. I'm gonna come up to him like.
That's the one that you was DJing.
That's kind of fucking cheeks, bro.
No pleasure, man.
Peace.
I want to tell you guys, what do you guys think about the audio? I finally got mics, so I'm hyped about that.
I was telling Justin, I love being able to hear myself because, like, you know, I worked fast food and I love being able to hear like my own voice. So, like, I don't know, it kind of helps me talk.
Really?
Like being able to hear myself and like hear my own voice, it just makes me sound like I feel like I sound.
Yeah, I like I said, I want to preach 100% transparency on my channel and showing you guys the things that I go through about here. So I want really quick. We shot for about 20 minutes, right? We shot for about 20 minutes and it was recording on my camera and everything was fine, but on my beautiful new thing, I didn't press record. Anyways, welcome back, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Jay Creates. I'm here with two awesome people. Let's introduce you guys yourselves real quick.
Justin Incaprera, Jay Boogie.
Andy Rascon, you know, inconsistent podcast.
The consistent podcast. I like that. All right, so really quick, I brought these two awesome people on to talk about their journey and experience in the JUCO world of football. So let's take it back. Let's start from the beginning, guys. How long you guys been playing football? You started what?
I started my freshman year, and like I said before, I mean, I was horrible. I didn't know anything about football. I went from, like, you know, going out on passes, on run plays, to blocking the wrong people, and I was just like, you know, I didn't know what a power run was. I didn't know what counter was. I thought they were all the same thing, and it wasn't until probably like my sophomore season that I knew what the difference was between a 2 and a 3 back.
Swear.
Like when we ran 24 power, it was just like, bro, I know one of the guys behind me is getting the ball, so let me just block them.
I was about to say, I don't even know what a power run is. I don't even.
You go through a lot of learning.
Yeah, it was a lot, and especially like because I took everything to heart. So when the coaches like yelled at me, I was like, dude, I fucking suck at football.
Yeah, because you didn't play like Pop Warner football either.
Honestly, I stayed away. I played every single sport growing up besides football. Like you can name it. I probably played like horseback riding, like trap shooting, basketball. I golfed a little bit, played soccer. Martial arts. I was a brown belt in karate. Almost got my black belt, but you know.
Wait. Hold on. Wait, what? You're a brown belt in karate?
Yeah. So I did Kempo karate growing up, and I know it's not really related to football. But,
no, that's fine. That's just like such a side. That's like a side mission. How did you get into karate?
So it was just like growing up. I did have a lot of anger.
Okay.
So like, you know, being able to fight, you know, was like cool. Being able to learn too, like the fighting styles. But also did like boxing. I did MMA for a little bit, and also did wrestling in high school, which you probably remember.
Yeah.
But I didn't get my black belt because they were telling me that when you get your black belt, like, you know, your hands can get registered as legal weapons. You know,
shit.
Growing up with anger management, it's like, you know.
Yeah, you don't want that. That's a case. That's a case right there.
Yeah. So it's like, but you know, I kind of fell off of it as well. But you know, it was just a cool way to learn and like.
So did you just were you just like boof at all of those things and finally tried football? Like, what made you get into football?
So all my friends were like, "Oh, are you gonna play football next year? You know, in junior high, you know, it's like." You know,
oh, okay, like going to high school.
Yeah, so like, you know, let's play, and I'm like, you know, all my boys are playing. I was like, bro, what do I got to lose?
Yeah, it's like fuck it.
Let's just go out there. Let's just have some fun. And you know, we went 1-9 my freshman year, but
love that.
It's all good.
So did you just find like a different type of love for that sport than the other ones?
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think I really loved the sport probably until like my junior year, because my sophomore year it was cool, you know. But like I said before, when we weren't recording, I was a prostitute with positions, and I forgot to mention I played like everything on defense besides safety and corner. But I forgot to mention my sophomore season I played left tackle.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell?
But it was crazy because I'm not gonna lie, I was bodying people at left tackle.
I can see that.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Imagine Andy. Fuck.
Full speed,
you
bro. Running like
moves
a
on him?
running like imagine like a 4'9" pulling guard.
Oh hell no.
It's crazy.
And wait, and so you, Justin, before you said you were a safety and corner, right?
Yeah, no, just safety in Pop Warner, and then I ended up moving to running back, and then ever since then I've just been on that path. Never played a different position since then.
Okay, and then something what we were talking about before was what made you guys decide about Merced?
So for me, it was I was either going to Merced, Foothill, up in like Los Altos Hills or something like that, or Modesto, and I was talking to all of them like little bit in Twitter and text message and stuff. But the head coach, Coach Casey, he had made his first home visit at my house, so he had came over instead of like going somewhere to meet up, and that just really showed me that he had a lot of interest in me. So it really just sealed the deal with Merced there.
Wait, so I was curious about this earlier. You said you were considering Foothill. Why Foothill? And like, did they reach out to you? Like,
They did, and I took a visit up there too. They just have a really good program. They did really good this past season.
Yeah, both games that we played these last 2 seasons. When we lost both of them, but our first year, it was like we were getting dominated. I'm not gonna lie, like
Swear.
2-3 touchdown like difference, and then
oh shit.
our defense was just insane. My freshman year and sophomore year, but
You guys had a good defense, or they had a
really,
good?
both teams had a good defense, but ours just came back with another level like of intensity, and then we brought that back to like a 1-score game, and we lost with like 3 seconds left to kick the field goal after we muffed the punt return.
So from what I'm hearing with that, the defense was like goated, right? And then as the running back, what was going on your guys' end? Was like, what happened? Like,
It was like we had some dogs on offense, but it's just I feel like a lot of the people, not saying no names, they were like about them, not about the team, you know. So it was a lot of
like secondary or the lineman? 'Cause I couldn't see that from linemen. Like, how could like you be like all about you as a lineman? Like,
I would say more like receiver defense. I mean, I don't know. It was just some people.
A lot of people, like I would say, they played with ego. So like sometimes they take things personal if they wouldn't get the ball. But like, you know, obviously you're gonna want the ball in the biggest moments, and that's
of
the
course.
thing. But I mean, it was just a lot of the problems I felt like we had on offense. I mean, I didn't play offense, but it was just the fact that like you can notice it as a player, is that we mess up. Like we beat ourselves all the time. Like I don't think there's any team that beat us our freshman year besides Contra Costa. We just got our ass whooped that game. But
that game was.
you know, just like
So it was
fumbles.
so like you feel like it was like a lack of chemistry.
Yeah, in a way.
Sometimes in a way. I just felt like, you know, we'd fumble, we'd drive down the field, fumble, fall, drive down the field, something bad would happen. Like,
Damn, so you guys just can't finish. You guys just
get
couldn't
the build
finish.
up and then
Bah.
yeah.
That's fucking tough, you guys.
But I'm not going to take anything away from our offense. They put up numbers our freshman season.
Really?
Yeah, we put a few records.
Yeah, but the Los Medanos game, I don't know. I wasn't too familiar with those numbers, but we did break the record for amount of offensive yards, right?
Yeah,
Shit.
we broke a record for like amount of offensive yards, receiving yards, offensive touchdowns, stuff like
Damn.
that.
And that was
yeah.
like in one game, huh?
Yeah.
And let's
just in the year
also
too.
talk about the one that you did yourself, which was you want to tell them?
Yeah, California JUCO leading rusher. So out of all the running backs in California JUCOs, I was the leading rusher in all of them. So that was pretty cool.
That's clean as fuck. Cause I obviously from what they told me, like that's not something easy you could even do. What I want to know is when you first got there, how long after before you got the starting position? Were you the starting running back or?
So there was really no starter for the first year because it was our COVID year. So we had a free year basically. We were just practicing all year, just with air, no actual football. They wouldn't let us.
Really?
Yeah. So no starters really there. And then my first year, I didn't end up starting till the third game, I want to say. But yeah, and then
How many
since
games
then-
do you guys play? Because for high school it's 10, isn't it?
We're
Yeah.
guaranteed 10 in a bowl game, if possible.
So if we do good enough, let's get a bowl game.
Wait, so even in college too, it's 10 as well
For JUCO.
for JUCO?
Uh huh.
And then for like a normal, like a 4-year, they have different. It's like longer seasons or what?
Yeah.
Depending on your conference, how many you
Yeah.
guys get preseason. Like obviously, when you talk about like bigger schools like the Big Ten, like they're not
Yeah.
gonna play 10 games. They're gonna play more.
What's what division are you guys? Like, is it like?
We're like independent, so as of right now, we play whoever we want. So we have 7 D1s lined up, and then other ones are
Oh,
D2s.
shit.
I think 1 NAIA.
Oh, so you guys aren't ranked or nothing like that?
No, but if we do good enough this upcoming season, they're gonna apply to be a D1 SCS.
Oh
So,
shit! You guys are
there's
like
some
that. I
promise
did not
there.
know it was like that.
Well, you're talking about for
I'm
Lincoln,
talking about,
right?
yeah, I was talking about Lincoln.
No, for JUCO, it's like you strictly only play against JUCOs.
Oh, you're talking about JUCO.
Yeah. What do you think I was talking about?
I thought you were talking about Lincoln.
Who's Lincoln?
Lincoln, the school that I'm gonna end up going to.
Oh shit!
Lincoln
We
University.
haven't even told anybody. You haven't even said anything that you're.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so for JUCOs, you only play JUCOs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
then
I
we're
was.
part of the Golden Coast Conference,
My
right?
bad. Yeah, Golden Coast Conference.
Is there like higher ranking JUCO conferences, or every it's just JUCO?
Well, I mean, I would say I wouldn't say it's higher ranking, but there is tougher teams in other divisions. So, like, obviously, you want to talk about like San Mateo, San Francisco, and all those big.
All of those
schools.
are like good JUCOs.
Yeah.
Or okay. So all right, now let's bring this to what school did you say you're committing to?
It's Lincoln University in Oakland.
Lincoln University in Oakland.
Yes,
And
sir.
then did they reach out to you like so you earlier you were talking about like the Twitter thing, like that's like a main thing of people getting scouted.
Sure.
Was that like the set one you got, or that was like the one out of all the places you applied or like tried to get?
So it was. I had like four or five different schools that I was choosing between. But you know, Lincoln, it's close to home, and they play good schools. There's a promise there. I believe in them, so I took the chance on them.
It's lit. Where, the four that you were considering, they all gave you offers, or it was like.
There was some partial offers and some full ride offers, but not like to big schools that I would want to like really just go.
Was Oakland a full ride?
It was everything except housing. So
it's
not too bad. It's not too bad.
That's like the main thing though.
Housing, it's like $550 a month, so it's a lot cheaper than paying what the other like the partials were wanting me to pay.
550 or
$550 a month.
Oh, that's not that bad.
No, for college, it's not bad at all.
And then that's gonna be in a dorm, right? Or is it like off campus?
We stay in apartments.
Oh, okay.
So.
And then are you gonna go by like? Is there gonna have like a roommate setting, or is it like?
Yeah, one of our teammates from Merced, Ronnie Harris, I might be rooming with him. So that.
Oh no way, that's
cool.
lit.
Yeah.
Are you guys hella cool?
Yeah.
Shout out D1 Ronnie.
Shout out D1 Ronnie.
What position was he?
He plays a wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
Stands at tight end as well.
Yeah.
I just gotta say that, yeah.
I love that, bro. So another thing, I wanted to let's do this in order. Andy, I wanted to ask again if you want to explain at what point for you did you realize you're like I'm not gonna be doing this like after your 2 years.
Definitely once my sophomore season came, but I had an idea once my freshman year came because obviously I wanted to consider redshirting, but I was thinking more like, you know, in the long run, like, you know, how long I want to stay in Merced, so I didn't take a redshirt year.
What is that?
That's when you waive your eligibility to play during games, and like there's a bunch of talk saying you can play under 10% of plays, but I really don't know like the old justification of how much you can play, what you can play, but you practice with the team. I mean, I guess you can go to the away game since we have hella space, but you don't play at all your freshman year. You just practice. And it doesn't have to be your freshman year. It could be your sophomore year if you want to, I guess, as well.
That's like a common thing, isn't it, though?
Yeah, redshirting, yeah. It's a common thing when you know you're not going to get playing time, but, you know, I kind of wanted to try it out. I thought I was going to get playing time.
Yeah, well, what made you think you were gonna get playing? Not in a bad way, but like, what made you think you were gonna get playing time? You got that dog in you, or what? Like, you got that dog, or what?
So when it came to practice, like, you know, you'd obviously eye other people, like, you know, what they do during their reps, you know, like the effort they give out, and, you know, obviously like the outcome of the plays. You know, I felt like I was making plays, and I was making, you know, doing the right thing, you know, being there in my assignment, you know, making sure I was defensively sound, but, you know, that didn't come out. But we had some ballers on defense, I'm not gonna lie, and that's something I won't take away from them. And like, they, you know, the coaches seen that there are better ballers than me, and that's the end of the conversation, you know.
Okay, so since season's over and all that, do you feel it's because they were just better, or it's like they just had like their default settings were just built different? Like, remember, for example, like Toby. Remember in high school, Toby?
Tobias?
Yeah, the big ass fool. All right, so like, for example, I was the middle linebacker, right, back then. I don't know how I got the starting position, right, but I did. And then he came along, and I left the chat. Like, why? Solely because even my coach said, he was like, he's just bigger, bro. Like, he has more weight. He's 6 foot, do
just
something.
like that?
Yeah, like even like fucking C-Rod, bro. Like, shout out C-Rod. Like, he even told me, he's like, honestly, bro, he's just bigger. Like, he's just, you know, like, my default settings were kind of nerfed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it is what it is.
So, did you feel like that's what it was, or you think they were just better athletes?
I just feel like at some points I didn't get a fair opportunity. Because, I mean, when it came to, like, spring ball, like, we had our spring game. Like, you obviously know, like, I balled out. Like, I put up some film. Like, if you would have seen, like, what I did during that game, like, spring game, it would have just been like, okay, like, you know, there's no way he's not going to get some playing time or start.
And that's all at D end, right?
Middle linebacker.
Oh, middle linebacker.
But obviously, you know, I'm not going to lie. I'm completely undersized for that position, especially at the junior college level. Like, I'm 6 foot. And, you know, I was, like, 190 pounds, but I got
crazy.
really sick.
6 foot is undersized.
Well, for my weight, I would say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was like,
you were pretty big at one point, though.
Yeah, I was pretty big, and then I ended up getting sick, and like I dropped down to. It was in the middle of the summer too. I dropped down to 163 pounds at one point.
Oh fuck.
So that was like, it was like a 30-pound like drop in like a matter of like 2 or 3 weeks.
Damn, bro.
And like, you know, I lost a lot of muscle. I lost a lot of speed.
Yeah, that kind of put you back.
It put me back the whole season.
Because I bet that took you a while, because you were never that heavy at 190.
Yeah, and I never, like, still to this day, I have not got that weight back. And it's
what are you, like 180?
Nah,
170?
172, 173.
Damn. And then for you, Justin, was it like, Are you undersized or are you like normal size? Like what's the attributes for like a running back, like a normal running back?
I would say I'm pretty average, maybe a little under average. I'd probably say like 6 foot 200, maybe a little bit shorter, but that weight around there, 200, 205. I'm about 6 foot 190, 195.
Do you think when you get to Oakland they're gonna they're gonna try to beef you up?
Yeah, for sure.
You think?
Yeah, I got to, because there's some big boys up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. No, wait. So when you're going over there, are you you're not promised the starting position, or are you? Or you just like they're just wanting you to come play for them?
Yeah, they want you to just
Or-
come play, but nothing's promised. You just got to work for it.
Fuck. Do you think you got it?
I think I got it.
Yeah?
I have confidence. Yeah, I believe it.
Do you do like a lot of outside like of football training, like because I know like for quarterbacks they have like all these academies. Do they have that stuff for running backs or no?
Yeah, they do. I haven't really done any myself. You know, I go out and do my own stuff, but
Yeah.
not with any like professional people that know really what they're doing. Yeah,
I
And one
see.
thing I want to mention, you're like a self-taught running back, you'd say, in college, right?
I would say so. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because
Like-
I mean, personally, from what I've seen, like, you know, they really wouldn't do many running back drills. Like, you know, they'd run their plays and
Oh,
stuff.
really?
But for the most part, like, you know, I feel like in high school they did more with running backs.
yeah, like everyone would go in their little
Mhm.
areas. You guys didn't do that back, or
We did. We just didn't do like a lot of running back drills. It was more just like,
did you guys even have
learning
a
the
running
plays.
back coach?
Yeah, we did, but they were more focused on us remembering the plays than us working on our like footwork and stuff like that. So
Why did you guys not remember shit or what?
I didn't have a problem with it, but like,
Some of the other running backs.
yeah, a lot of the kids have a tough time remembering the plays because there are a lot of
depth
plays.
at running back position. They're like, what, freshman year we had like 8 or 9 running backs?
Yeah.
Damn, everyone and their mama wants to be running back.
Yeah.
I feel okay, Andy. What do you think? I think I would have been a good running back in high school.
No, yeah, you were.
I think I like even like bro, I'm built for that, bro. I mean, at a high school level, obviously. That's why I never even went to like even like honestly, I was even gonna bring that up. Like that's why I never tried for football because like I was, and it wasn't even like I didn't have a dream. It was just you got to be real. You got to
Yeah.
be real with yourself because not everyone's built for this, bro. My default settings are fucked. I'm 5'6", 185. Like, dude.
But what I was telling Andy is like other than that, like just going to play football, there's more to it. I would say just do it while you can if you want to.
Yeah.
Just because we made so many memories, met so many new people. It's
I mean,
a
Yeah.
blessing.
Beautiful. Like, I'm telling you, there's, even though like I didn't get much playing time, I still played. Like, you know, I still spent my 2 years at Merced, and it's like I don't regret it. I wouldn't trade it for
At
the
all.
world. And it's like, you know, if I had to live one more day and carry
Yeah.
those memories with me forever, I'm gonna live my last day just knowing the fact that I met all those people and everyone around. And it's just like, you know, football is amazing. It's more than just life. And then one thing I want to talk about, it may piss some people off, but
Go ahead.
it's always, you know, in high school we got the stereotype of football players feel like they're entitled to something. Like, you know, they have like, they're better than them.
Like in what's just like overall.
Yeah,
or-
but
Okay.
you got to think about it. You know, you're working from like our football schedule from 9 to 11 to 2 to 5:30. You're working out like 5-6 hours
crazy.
out of the day, and you're putting in work. You're putting in all these things, and you're doing things that people aren't doing. Like, you have to feel entitled in some sort of way to yourself.
Wait, entitled to what though? What are
But,
we
like,
talking?
I'm
what
not talking.
entitlement?
I'm not just saying like people think like they look down on football players. Like, you know, they say, oh, just because like, you know, you play football, I feel like you're better. Like, no, like, you know, I feel like there's nothing that can stop me in that way
Okay.
because I
It's
work
like I
so
know
hard
I'm
for
better.
it.
Like
Yeah,
I know what.
like you've gone through hell going through summer
Yeah.
camps like at 106 degrees. You're out there running sprints and people are inside in like
Yeah,
AC.
you're dogging it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, when someone tells you you can't do something, it's like, you know, you have the opportunity. You have, like, you used to feel entitled. Like, no, I can do whatever I want to do just for the fact that like, you know, I work for it.
Yeah.
And it's like you build the mindset that's like, you know, no one's gonna be able to take you down.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I could even like I only can talk about like high school, but I feel like even at that though, that goes to so many people's heads. Like in football, like yeah, I agree with the sense of entitlement, but like some of them take it to another level. Like if
Yeah,
you're not
exactly.
in football or whatever, or if like even if I'm a starter, you're not, like you ain't shit type shit. You know what I mean? Well, did you guys have a lot of that at Merced or no? Was it like really?
A lot of people they cheer each other on.
Yeah.
So
Really?
because we're all there for the same thing, you
Big
know.
family.
We're
Yeah.
all trying to get to the next level or pursue our academic careers. So we're all there pushing each other, try
That-
to get better. So
Like that's dope as fuck because I know like when I played, it wasn't really like that. It was like more like you know how for example like in football, right? Like everyone's like a big collective, like it's all like one thing. Maybe it's because I was like an outsider within my team, but I feel like it was just like clicks within the group, clicks within the team. I don't know if that makes sense.
There was a little bit of that just because offense and defense didn't really do a lot together. We all practiced.
Did y'all
like,
beefing?
Oh.
Did y'all ever beef?
Yeah, there was some.
There'd
for
be
sure.
fights at practice. Like I'm not talking
Like literal
like,
fades?
yeah.
Nah.
But that's the thing. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like we cared that much about like
Yeah.
our craft and our work. Like we took it personal to another level. And like
How does that work when you get in a fight? Like, are you kicked off the team, or it's like it's in the locker room? The coach just comes in like, "Hey, shake it off. You guys are teammates." Like,
So it's kind of like we're all adults. We're all we're all there for one reason. So when stuff would happen at practice, they send one person in and they'd keep one person on the field. Because why would you send both people into the locker room? They're gonna fight again. But then obviously like they'd talk it out. Coaches would like hey, like I get you. And
But there wasn't
they'd
no,
be
like-
understanding.
okay, but it wasn't no like consequence in the sense of like you guys are kicked off or type
No,
shit.
not
No,
really.
it
Usually
never got to
after
that point.
after that kind of stuff, they just shake hands and that's it.
You call it a day.
Yeah.
That was like the only dispute I feel like we ever had practice wise, like because like when it came down to running 2-minute drills, like offense versus defense, inside run, 7-on-7, like you wanted everyone to know that you're gonna be the biggest baller on that field at that moment.
Yeah, that makes sense. Something I also kind of wanted to ask you, Justin, was when you first went to Merced, were you really like nervous coming in that you were gonna be like a main guy, or is it kind of you just went in open eyes, just like fuck it?
I was a little nervous when I got there because I saw all the guys that I was going up against.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry.
So
we got Q.
we got to talk about
Yeah, talk
Q
about
for a
Yeah, we
that.
little.
gotta talk about Q. That boy was crazy.
So let's talk about Q. Q is a dog, like the biggest running back you're ever gonna meet. Probably about like
shit.
what 6'3",
Like 240.
bro, huge from Michigan.
Oh, that's textbook.
He is crazy. And then,
Oh,
like,
he's from Michigan.
yeah, Michigan.
We had guys from all over.
And I'm telling you, like, he was
was just that-
huge.
he had
but
that
the
dog
thing
in
is, yeah, he wasn't like rude or anything. Like cool head, hella respectful.
Yeah.
But, it's kind of funny. If he was a big guy, and like I was like, dude, if I get ran over by him, I'm gonna quit. Like that's how big he was,
Swear.
bro. He was huge, like Derrick Henry size.
Was he on his last year when you guys got there, or?
I think he still had one more, but he ended up getting hurt, and then I don't think he wanted to continue anymore after that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, and he just like gave up, like not playing football ever again.
I think he's
playing
done.
Yeah, I think he's done. But
Damn.
it's like a lot of people, like they have so much potential, and it's like sometimes
Yeah.
it's just like football's not meant to.
I mean, I hope that guy's whatever his personal life is good, but that's a waste of genetics. If my little 5'6" ass was 6'3", fuck, I wouldn't know how to act, brother. On God.
So I was pretty nervous when I got there, seeing
Yeah.
all that type of competition I had. But at the end of the day, it's just, you got to put in your work. Whoever shows out the best. Is,
Well, cause you're not like you're taller than me. Obviously, everyone's taller than me, but like you're like what, like 5'10", 5'11"? Are you 6 foot?
I'm like 5'11" and a half.
No, fuck that.
But
You're
I'ma say
5'11".
6 foot.
Okay,
I'ma say
on
6
Max
foot.
Preps, on everything, he's gonna say he's 6 foot for the scouting purposes.
Yeah.
But Max Press be lying, bro. When I checked yours, it said 5'10".
Who?
Yours.
I'm not even on Max
No, I'm just
Preps,
kidding.
bro. Stop it. I wasn't even good enough to be on Max Preps, bro. I want to talk. I want to actually like just bring this like full circle because like I think that's funny. I want to because most of you guys know, if not, me and him played on the same team together. I don't know. Maybe it's because everyone in our city is just not that athletic, but I don't know how I started for as long as I did.
Well,
Like, can
you
you?
had a nose for the ball. Let's be real. Like you knew, understanding it, and you came with like a sort of physicality and aggressiveness that was just like, bro, there's no way we can't let this guy get off the field. And like
Yeah.
my best example, I still like laugh about this
Ah,
thing to this
shit.
day.
Shit.
It's about football practice.
Okay.
We're doing a blitzing drill, and then Coach Snap got in the way, and then he was in the back next to Jacob. And you blitzed through the line as they snapped the ball, and you like tapped the quarterback, and you went by hella fast and slapped Coach Snap's like.
I didn't
back.
remember
You
this,
just
but-
went by, and you just went by like hollering like yeah, like I was
Yeah.
like, damn, George is small, but bro, he gets through that line.
Hell yeah!
And
I'm a little
you just brought
gremlin,
like
bro.
you brought like just like an energy to practice, because I know when I got moved up to varsity, like to practice with you guys in the end of the season, it was just like, bro, like what the hell, like George is on something, like he just keeps on going and keeps on going.
I like to play with like that certain because like at the end of the day, like I joke so much about being like small, but it's like that's the best I can do, bro. It's like if I'm not as physical as I was, then I would just be on on the sideline. You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
your edge was. I feel like your
Get that
physicality.
energy, dude.
Yeah,
You need that
because
on-
ultimately but that only took me so far. Cause like, what was that guy's name? What was that Scatterboo? fool?
Cameron Scatterbo.
Cameron Scatterboo. He's still playing now. I don't know where he plays. He plays at SAC,
Yeah,
right?
Sac State committed.
What did he play?
He played at Rio Linda. He was, dude. Okay, let's talk about this.
Let's
If
talk
you
about
were
that.
told that you were gonna play a football game and you weren't gonna be told how many points the other team scored, and you got told you're gonna score 63 points, I'm gonna be like, oh, I hella won that game.
Yeah.
Hell no, we lost 63 to 77.
Oh my god.
Hey, that actually was we broke a record that game. Both teams, I think it was like for most scored points as a collective in
That's a high scoring game.
right
That's
in
crazy.
playoff
And it
or
was
some shit like
cold,
that.
like 32 degrees.
It was, bro, because I was over near SAC, right?
Yeah, and I forgot my sweater that game at my long sleeve, and I
Stupid
still
ass.
remember my first time going in that drive or that game. I tackled him, and I thought I broke my nose because of how cold it was. Like through the helmet, like it was freezing, and I was like, my whole body went into shock. I was like, bro, I broke my nose, and I'm over here like wiping, trying to see if
Nah.
blood's coming out. No, it's just like snot dripping because it's
From-
that cold.
It was so cold that day, bro. And I'm not even gonna lie, like I bitched out that game. Like I was so scared, bro. I ain't finna lie to you, cause he looked like just like a tweaking like Trevor, bro, like from GTA, bro. He was just like you know when everyone does like their runouts, he had no knee pads. His things were like
Oh, okay.
all right here. He was just like, bro. He looked like he had that dog in him, and I was scared, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
But he pulled down his knee pads after the first drive.
Yeah,
Let's add that fact
because
that
we
he
realized
took a
we're like,
couple hits.
yeah, after we realized we're not gonna body this fool, we just started going
Had
for
to go for the knees.
Yeah, I bet as a running back that probably just pisses you off. Does that happen to you a lot or no?
It does. It's scary. It's really scary.
Really?
I try my best to avoid it, but it's hard sometimes because that's all people do. Like you
Yeah.
get like some skinny corners that don't like to hit
Yeah.
as much. They'll go for your ankles, your knees. It's kind of scary.
Actually, I feel like you have more like sad highlights of me getting trucked than I do,
Bodied.
and then I just get hit and it's like, and I just like do a spin. Tell me what we'll put it.
Run the clip.
Because I know there's one of me. It's not Rio Linda. It's that video where Cam's laughing at me in the background recording. Body. I'll be honest. I ate them though. I really ate them. Like for being such a
Yeah.
little fool, I'd pop up. I'd be a little confused after, but like I still ate that shit. On God.
I wish I would have been able to see you play. I never really got to see you. I don't remember that much.
We were
from
on.
high school.
We played each other once.
I don't really remember because I don't know if we were really close.
No,
in
like
high
we
school
were.
at
I don't
all.
think we had any conversations.
Yeah.
Like we just knew of each other, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't necessarily like a
Yeah.
conversation. That
42 to 24, November 1st, 2019.
what date is that?
That's the final score of Justin's regular final season of his game against Pacheco High School.
Why do you
remember
remember that?
that,
Yeah, I was like,
dude?
wait, why do you remember
Come
that?
on.
Because that day, like, you know, that was a game to remember.
Yeah. No, I don't. That was the game that we lost, right? And then they fumbled.
No. That was my junior year. So that was when you had already graduated. That's when we had played.
Oh, okay.
I want to say it was my junior year.
Was it?
Yeah. I would have sure it was 2019. Yeah.
I don't. I honestly don't even remember football like that. Like I remember some clips, but like not clips, but like memories. But like I never really cared that much about football. Like
Really?
I'm gonna be honest. Like what Andy was talking about with my intensity and stuff like that. I think I only really did football because I was good at it. Like, no, I wouldn't say I was like hella good, but like I was decent. I got the job done. You know what I mean? But I never really cared that much about football, and especially like I wish I took running back more seriously because I hated linebacker. I hated being on defense because I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna sound kind of like a bitch, but I don't really care. I didn't want to hurt anybody. Like, I ain't gonna lie, and like what we talked about earlier with the knees, like since I was small, Chauncey and all my other coaches was telling me like just boom, 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 and go for the knees. Like I knew what it was like to get your knee hurt like that and just get like swept out like that, and like I just never really, I hated it. You know what I mean? Yeah, and because like I'm just like it's not that deep. Like
it's not.
just
like,
ruin
even,
someone's whole career like
exactly,
that.
Yeah.
Even during practice, like, you know, sometimes me and Justin, like, I'd have to blitz, he'd have to block me, like, you know,
Yeah.
and it, like, we both knew, like, all right, I'm not gonna blow Justin up, but just
Yeah.
like, you know, I gotta try. So it's like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking lay my head down and like, you know, try to give him a concussion. But you know, like, you know, if
God.
I get around him, I'll get around him. But like, you know, if he gets into me, like, you know, I'm not gonna fucking throw a rip or something that
yeah,
break his wrist.
nothing really that deep.
We had like a little mutual agreement. We wouldn't try to fuck each other
Really?
up.
Yeah, but then there's head people would come in, like, you know, no fucks given, like head down, fucking boom,
Really?
blast you.
Fuck that. Cause I know for me, I always knew, like, I would always tell my mom, like, I'm not trying to go for a full thing. She's like, don't doubt yourself. I'm like, I'm just being real, dude. Like, let's say, like, let's even look back to like football history. You guys are probably more football fans than I have. When have you ever seen like a successful NFL running back that's under 5'10"?
Darren Sproles.
That did not work out in my favor, but I mean,
I know. I get what you're saying though. It's like
I don't even know who that is. Darren Sproles.
He's for a running back he was a running back for the Eagles.
Deuce Vaughn from Kansas,
Deuce
he
Vaughn,
just
yeah.
went to the NFL Combine. How tall is he? Like
He's like 5'6", insane.
tiny.
Oh
crazy.
wait, I
He's
might have
raw.
to hit the gym again. Hold
Yeah,
on,
dude.
give me some hope. I never played in football. That's what I wanted to ask too. If you don't have to be 18, right? Because you said those people that's like 22, right? So if I've never played a lick of football in college and I just go back to Merced College, I can just go say fuck it and play at.
If you could make it through all of the workouts and stuff like summer, and you make it through, you're good to go. I don't think
The
you'll
only
get
thing
cut.
There's no age limit?
I believe there's an age limit for D1.
There has to be, bro. You can't be
Yeah.
like 25, 26
Well, Stenson Bennett, he's old.
Who's
He's
that?
older than Lamar Jackson. He's the quarterback for Georgia.
right now. Like he's still playing.
He just finished his senior year. Or I think it was his senior year, but his last
How did
season at
that
Georgia.
work?
Man, I have no idea.
I know there's like loopholes, like you can redshirt 1 year and then people with COVID in another year. I know is that the guy that was like he's been playing like football for like 6 years in college?
I might be.
Yeah, he's been there.
Is that the
forever.
one that? Because I feel like I read something about that there was like some guy that played for a long ass time like that. I'm kind of curious. Andy, what the hell were you gonna bring up that you're just gonna flame me about?
Oh, I wasn't even gonna flame you. It's just you're gonna be like, dude, I forgot about that. So I remember 4 years ago, I forgot my volleyball jersey at home, and I had to walk back. And my game started like at 3:30. It's like 3:15.
Oh,
And I was like, dude, I gotta go get my jersey. So I was like, get there. I walked down the street because I live down the street, so it's like 3:20, and I find my jersey, and we supposed to start like at 3:30. So I'm already missing warm-ups and stuff. And then next thing you know, George is driving down the street, and he goes, Andy, flips like a Yui, but doesn't even see, and boom, a car hits him.
No.
And I was like, fuck. I was like, dude,
nah. He said, fuck. And he kept walking,
Bro, I
bro.
was late.
If you see one
A
of your good
varsity
friends,
game.
nah, fuck that. If you didn't even make sure, like, oh, is he good? You kept walking. You're like,
Nah,
fuck.
he was good.
I hope he's okay.
Nah, okay, so look, it wasn't,
Damn.
okay, let's be real. It wasn't a horrible accident.
No, it was. I mean, you couldn't drive the car after.
No, I know
The
that.
rear axle was bent, brother. Like,
It was bent, but I would have been bent too if I didn't make it to my game in time. But hey, we still here. We alive.
but you
we
didn't
good.
go nowhere with
Hey, but
volleyball, bro.
I called you though, man. I was make sure we was good. But
Nah,
it's good.
fuck that, bro. That was
Different
that was
kind of dedication.
Yeah, I
Bro.
guess to volleyball.
Bro.
To volleyball.
we lost that game.
See, off of that, just for me to,
Just to lose.
bro, that's some bullshit.
Did
That's
you
some
remember that
bullshit.
story though or no?
Yes, no. Obviously, I remember getting in a car accident. You fool.
Man,
fuck?
you know what's the craziest thing about that though is how you called me tripping like a week later, like, bro, I don't have my license. Like, remember you were just tripping. You were like, oh, I didn't have my license at the time.
Oh yeah, because I think it was like one of those things with your permit, like you have to have it for an X amount of time, and then after that you get it. And it was like when you have your permit, you're not supposed to have anyone under 20, 23, and it was like a girl I was dating at the time, and it was her car. And
That's why it was so
no,
funny.
it gets juicy, bro. It was her car, and she's from San Jose, so she had to come and she had to whip with the tow truck driver all the way back to San Jose to bring her back, because she wasn't supposed to be there, because she was Indian, right? So she, like, with her family, like, they just weren't allowed to date, so it was like everything was on the hush hush, and then like it was like a creepy tow truck driver, and he was like fat, and he was just like, I'll take you home, and then she was just like, fuck.
Damn,
That's the craziest.
That shit
That's
was
one
so
for the
tough,
books.
bro. that is one for the books. I feel like I have so many stories with this fool Andy that are just random, like, side missions that I don't know why. Like, I feel like everything always bad happens to me when I'm with you, dog.
No, straight up. Like, remember those gas station runs? We'd go to Thrifties. Like, those was all crazy.
Those was the days though. But all right, let's bring this back. I don't even remember what the hell we were talking
Let's
about.
talk about something that me and Justin had. It was related to college.
Okay, what's up?
It was partying in college.
Oh yeah,
Partying.
what's that like? Like,
You started off, and I'll add on after.
So, our first year, it was a lot of partying. So after our games, we would So this is when we were commuting. After our games, we would drive to Los Banos, 45 minutes, get ready, go back to Merced, and party. And it was like that every weekend.
Bro, every single weekend. And it was crazy because sometimes, like, you know, we'd get off hella late. We have an away game, come back like at 9, drive to Los Banos, shower, get ready, come back out here in Merced like at 11. And it was like, you know, let's get down
I thought,
to it.
wait, but so you guys went home to shower and stuff to LB. I thought you guys lived over there.
So
though.
this was our freshman year.
We lived there our sophomore year.
Oh.
So our freshman year, man, we were like every single weekend partying after games, and it was like crazy because we're spending nights like at our teammates' houses, and we'd wake up Sunday, we're like, bro, what are we doing with our lives?
And then did you have practices on Sundays or no?
No,
like
Sundays
a walkthroughs
was
or
the only day off we had. But it was just crazy because Mondays was like, or we'd come back and like there'd be stories like, you know, oh, blah blah blah, partied and like, you know. But when it came to our sophomore season, Merced just got too dangerous, dude. Like,
why? What do you mean?
bro, parties started getting shot up left and right, left and
Yeah,
right.
not
And,
want to go no
and
more.
we just stopped going completely.
Just hella sussed out.
Man, I started doing homework on the weekends. Like, I swear to you, I was not going out anymore. Like, it was just crazy. Like, I didn't, and it just became to the point where it's like, you know, it's not even safe no more.
And then did your coach ever get on you guys for partying too much or no?
No,
I
they
don't-
never really like.
Never
knew
really
about
got
that.
into like our personal business like that, you know.
Really? Because I know like that one fool, the Prime, what's his name? The guy that coaches at
Colorado?
Deion Sanders?
Colorado. Yeah. I know he's like really involved in their lives. Like he's always like,
yeah.
But
That's
I feel
D1
like,
for
yeah,
you.
I feel like that's just like Coach Prime, and that's just like, you know, being at that level, like, bro, you gotta have some sort of different dedication. Like, you know, you're going in there like full time. It's not like part time. And it's crazy. I don't know if you've seen the video. He kicked someone out of the weight room for wearing the wrong color socks.
I saw that there were the White Sox
Yeah,
or some
White
shit like
Sox
that.
told him to get
I
out.
was like, dog, it's not that deep. But I guess to instill the certain type of morals, I don't even know what the discipline.
Yeah.
I guess
We were talking about like, how like high school to JUCO, it's like a big jump. Like it gets more serious.
Is it?
Like D1, that's like whole different level.
I could imagine just from like a Pacheco guy going D1. That'd be like so
So
crazy.
different.
But hey, you know what? I feel like Pacheco, like Snap, he made it look like pretty intense. It wasn't just like we were fucking around. Right?
Snap had a good program. I'm gonna
Right.
give that to Snap. Coach Snap had a really good run program. You know, he'd actually show up in the morning before he had to go to work and be with us in the weight room, crack some jokes. Like, you know, Snap was not only involved in the football aspect of us, but he also, like, you know, socialized with us, talk about family. Like, you
he
know,
cared.
he was more of like, you know, a coach, and then he was also more of like a father figure to some people because he cared that much.
Yeah, and what's his name? The gremlin, the no neck wonder himself, C-Rod. That fool was dedicated to the bone, bro. Like, on God, so something Andy used to make fun of him for, because he was so dedicated. Do you know much about C-Rod or no?
Not as much as you guys probably do, but I did have some time with him.
Sorry. Basically, he was fuck. Oh my God. Damn, what the fuck?
George took messing with C-Rod to a whole nother level. Like,
I
every
took
single time.
messing with C-Rod. I would just troll him so much. I remember one time he called me out in film for being on my phone, and I remember that one was embarrassing as fuck. But he was so dedicated, bro, where you would think he would almost start crying, bro. Like, he'd be like, I'm fucking tired of it, man. It's just bullshit. I could be home with my family right now. He would always say that. He would always say, he's like, I could be home with my family right now. Like,
I feel like when you have coaches like that though, that are that dedicated, it makes the kids want to do more too, you know?
maybe. I mean, I didn't really give a fuck. I was just like, you said. I was like, to me, like in my head, every time you said that, I'd be like, that's tough. Like you like willingly wanted to be a coach. No one told you. Like, and once I found out that they get like coaches like for like a gig besides like the head coach, they get paid like dog shit. Like, I don't even think it's that much. Do you know like how much it is?
I mean, you can talk.
I mean,
it's
you can
not
talk
over
about
like 2,000. I guarantee you, it's like 1,500, something like that. It's nothing too big.
Do you think it's like a fat ass check, like of like 1,000, or do you think it's like one of those things like, oh, I'll give you like $100 a week?
No, it's like end of the season.
Yeah, end of the season they get their
So look at that. You're gonna get paid. Let's just say for shits and giggles, like $1,200, right? You're gonna get paid $1,200 for what? How long is a football season?
It's about, well, if you want to include
Like
spring,
let's talk about like summer, all the way to the end
I'd
of.
probably say it's like a 6-7 month thing. If you want to talk about
6-7
spring,
months.
because you're talking about spring ball, you're talking
Yeah.
about summer ball, you're talking about the end of the season. You think about it, season ends like at what? October, November.
Type shit, yeah.
Starts up like
So
in
you're
March.
telling me you're gonna get paid $1,200 for 6-7 months of hard dedication and work. Like, my boy,
That's crazy to me.
calm down. Like, exactly.
He said calm down.
No, on God. But I feel like that's what makes, like you said, it makes for most kids, like they want to care more. And I'm kind of curious, like for you guys, how was your guys' coaching staff like at Merced? Were they like, you could tell they care, they didn't really give a fuck? Like,
They all really cared. They, for the most part.
I would say they cared a lot. Like, and they cared about the small things too. Like, I remember one time I texted my coach and I had to ask him a question, and he told me straight up, he was like, "That's not how you text someone," and he made me like retext them back saying good morning or good afternoon.
oh
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
Did you
I
put
mean,
like
that goes
you
along.
with the U instead of like Y-O-U?
No,
Or is
not,
it, like,
not even that.
type
It's
shit,
just like, you know,
really?
you don't. He just preached like, you know, being able to talk to someone, like the small things matter. Like, you know, if I went up to you and said like, "Hey, can like you do me a favor?" or what would you rather have someone tell you, like, "Good morning, how are you?" Like, you know, "Oh, can you do me a favor?"
Oh.
It's like he preached talking like right.
Okay, that makes good. That makes sense. I thought like, so you're just like texting them like, "Hey, what's good, bro? Like, you got me on a favor or what?" Like, is
Nah,
that how you would text them?
No,
Like,
it
He
was
would,
just
he
it was
would get on your ass for that.
yeah, he would
for
get on your
sure.
ass.
what kind of
for
coach was it? Like the head coach?
Head
Or-
coach.
Without, I mean, even at that, like, I wouldn't hit up like my head coach like on some. I would be hella formal with it.
Yeah, like if you just text him like, "What's up, coach?" He'll be like, "Shut the fuck up, say good morning." Like,
Nah,
yeah,
like that.
yeah, but like in a good way though.
Yeah.
Like he's just
Yeah.
trying to better you.
Okay.
He was very blunt, very
Yeah.
blunt. He would not
Straight
hold
up.
back, and he, you know, one of the things he always preaches, "I'm gonna be real," and that's the one thing he was. He was real. He would not lie to you if he,
Yeah.
like, you know, he straight up told me, he was like, "You're not very fast," and I was like, "Yeah, I know," and that's like, but you know, like, you know, I needed to hear that. You know, it's something like, you know, he was
humbling.
honest. Yeah, it was just like, you know, he was like, you know, "I'm gonna be real. That's why you're not playing." He told me straight up why I wasn't playing. He told me what I needed to work on. You know, that's why I went back to the chalkboard. You know.
Did you like respect that more because you knew what it was? Like, were you ever like mad that you weren't a starter?
No, never mad, because like, you know, he never made it personal. He never like, you know, made me less of anyone. Like, he gave me my reps, and like you know, it's like whenever we talked about football or like why I wasn't playing or whatever problem I had, like, you know, it's not like he'd call you, like he'd tell you like, "Come into my office," like he'd talk to you man to man, like, you know, straight up. He would talk to you
okay.
like good words and everything too, and like, you know, that's one thing I respect about a coach is like being
Yeah.
real. He wouldn't lie to you.
No, that makes sense.
But you know, one thing he did say, man, if he disagreed with you, he'd tell you "fuck you" first of all. He'd be like, "No, fuck you." Hella, funniest coach I've ever had in my life.
That's lit. I like for me, C-Rod was like the funniest, like most animated coach ever. Besides like Chauncey. Yeah, because he was the one that started the Papa Smurf. He's the one where I got Papa Smurf from. Because for all the viewers, they used to call me Papa Smurf because I'm just like small, I'm stubby, I have a beard, you know, like look like a Smurf.
On the way here, he said, "Text Papa Smurf on the way."
Yeah, that's what I'm in.
yeah,
That's what I'm on your phone.
Papa Smurf is your contact name.
Nah, what the fuck? You gotta change that. You're Andy Rascon on mine, bro.
So he's got my legal name.
Papa
At
Smurf.
least you got a nickname.
But with all the nicknames this fool gives me, let's see that we got.
You got the gerbil.
Yeah, I think that's
Gerbil.
his
The
favorite.
gremlin.
Yeah, I think that one's his favorite gremlin because no gerbil.
The gerbil.
I don't know where you got gerbil. I don't even.
So it all started because I remember you called Coach Snap a gerbil.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Now you
you know,
remember.
let's
Yeah.
let's talk about this one funny thing. Dude, this was the funniest like moment I've ever had with you at practice. Remember when you took John's bat and you hit the tennis ball across practice and almost hit Coach Winnig, and it landed next to him, and then
Hey, shout out John. He ate that though. He took that. He
he
said
took
sorry.
the blame. He said sorry. He's like, "Sorry, Dad." And George was the one who hit the ball
Bro,
across practice
I was
field.
sweating, bro. I was so scared, bro, because that's what the thing. Like, since I didn't really give a shit, like I would go through like as the coaches would say, go through the motions. Like I know they probably say that to you guys. Like don't just go like move with a sense of purpose. Like I would just be if I wasn't in, I'd just be fucking around. And especially if he wasn't in either, bro. We were like a dynamic
sidelines,
dude.
just-
Yeah, like just causing hella shit. You know what I mean? on God. I don't know if this was in the first take or the second take. For when we started talking about our degrees, did you talk about that in this
Oh
one?
yeah, so I'm majoring in administration of criminal justice and social and behavior sciences, because ultimately when I got into college, I didn't even know what I wanted to do, and I didn't even want to go to college. And Coach Panasco, you know, he texted me one day because he went to my last game of my senior year, and you know, he talked to me, we exchanged numbers, him and Coach Severo and a few other guys on our team. And then one day he texted me and Tungata, you know, shout out the 6-foot giant Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Shout out, homeboy.
Hell yeah. But he told me, like, you know, when are you guys gonna come sign? And I mean, I looked at him, I was like, bro, let's just do it. We got nothing to lose. Like, we're
Yeah.
sitting here in Los Banos, California. Like, bro, what do we have to lose?
Oh God.
And then, you know, we just went one day. And, you know, it's pretty funny, actually, because that day he had to take his Spanish final, and I was in the car, and he had to be alone. And the teacher asked him, like, what are 5 things you can go to the store and buy? And this fool said, tapatio y leche.
Wait, what?
Yeah, crazy. Like 5 things you could buy at the mall, so you had to talk about like
at the
clothing.
mall?
Yeah, at the clothing.
Oh.
Yeah, he said tapatio y leche, and I was trying so hard not to laugh because he had to be alone, and I'm over here like holding my breath about to explode. Like he literally
troll.
he turned his phone on airplane mode, so he disconnected from the Zoom call. And then next thing you know, we went in, we signed up with Merced, and that was history. And we actually that night because that was the class that he needed to pass. So he had an F in that class actually in Spanish. You know me, I'm fluent in Spanish, so
I don't know
spent
how
the
you're
night-
fluent in Spanish, but yeah.
See.
Sí,
So-
compa.
Sí, compa. So I went to his house that night and I started busting out like Spanish assignments for him, blah blah blah, this and that.
Oh, shit.
And then I eventually got his grade up to a C in one night.
Yeah.
So then the teacher graded more of the hand, like, you know, assignments that she needed to grade on her own. And I got him to like a 79 or something. And then he hits me with you couldn't have done one more assignment to get me to a B. I was like,
this
bro.
guy.
Bro.
Come on, bro.
Like, really, my way?
Yeah, but that's how we started. And I honestly I wanted to go into kinesiology when I first got there. But, you know, looking at it.
Did you change majors, or like that was just?
Yeah, I changed majors because I wanted to get into kinesiology, but then I looked at it and like I started getting more into law enforcement because one of my coaches from high school, Coach Hale, and you know ultimately like you know I just got so interested in like law enforcement. That's what I want to do, and eventually go into juvenile probation, working with children, because you know I feel like a lot of the people like you know especially in this area like you know you don't have a lot of figures to look up to. There's not a lot to do. There's not a lot of resources to help kids, and I feel like you know. You out of everyone, all of us know that, you know, the Valley has talent, not only with kids, athletes, artists, you know,
everything.
barbers, everything. Like, you know, we have so much talent here and it doesn't get seen. And like, you know, you look at the Valley, you think of crime, you think of all these things. Like, what?
Low key, LB's getting, like, I don't know, I'll probably hurt some feelings with this, but like, I feel like LB's getting ghetto, bro. LB's getting tough.
It is a little bit.
My
yeah,
boy
I see
Chirac
that.
over
I
here,
mean, it's
bro.
kind
like,
of hard for me to say that because I'm honestly never in this town because, you know, I'm always out working. But, you know, I can't see what you're saying in a way.
I mean, I stay here, bro. Like, I mean, I'm always here. I know, like, everyone and their grandma in this town, you know, and I feel like I always hear, like, bro, so-and-so, hey, this got shot up, this got, like, I think last year, it was, like, in Halloween, bro, like, there was a party, and then it just got aired out. I've never thrown a party that's gotten aired out, but I've heard that so much over here, bro.
That shit is scary, dude.
But I feel like you've never been sober enough to finish your party.
All right, look. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, all right? And I'm a great time when I'm drunk, okay? Like, let's just... Okay. Also, I've never... Like, you guys went to my party, right? My birthday party. How was that experience for you guys? I don't... Because I don't remember it. I don't remember it. I remember getting there. Like, I mean, I blacked out. Like, I literally, like, don't retain, like, a single thought from that.
I remember I showed up and I was like, you know, everyone's saying hi to me because, you know, we actually had a bunch of our Merced team show up to that party. We had a
that's
lot
dope.
of
I didn't know
players.
that.
Yeah, we invited a lot of our players to go out there and probably like what, 12, 15 of them showed up.
Yeah,
and some of them
was-
showed up and we didn't even know that they were coming. Like Augie,
shit.
remember we seen him,
Oh,
we're like,
yeah.
what the hell? But I remember I was asking around like, hey, where's George? Like, you know, I'm trying to see George. And next thing you know, someone bumps into me from behind, stumbling. I'm like, what the fuck? I turn behind. George is like, and he just leans over the fence and starts yakking. I was like, damn, I'm gonna cover him up so like, you know, no one see him. And then, bro, he was having struggles. But
How
you know,
how far into the party was this?
bro, like 15 minutes into our arrival.
Okay, into the arrival, not into the party, into the arrival. Because
Yeah,
it started
we
at...
showed up. We showed up a little late because remember we're doing homework.
Yeah,
we
'cause
showed up
it started at
10:30.
10.
10:30, 10:45 we showed up. But then again, you started
Damn,
drinking
that sounds-
crazy early though. Your story was insane. You were taking shots like from like 6 or
Well,
something.
yeah, well, that was my downfall. I feel because that day I bought like one of those shot glass necklaces, and I told everyone prior to that I was like, hey, if you guys see me, and you guys want me to take a shot with you, just pour it in my cup. Did you get a lot of that? Yeah, that's why. That's why by the time you guys got there, which is kind of sad because you guys said you got there at like 10:45 or 11. The party started at 10, so 45 minutes, an hour in, I'm already down bad. I'm already blacked out. But hey, you know what? That's the point.
Good party. No one died. You know, we're all.
No one died. I remember one party I threw. Some guy got laced with fentanyl, bro, and that was tough because
Really?
he smoked, and then like next thing you know, he's just like sitting on the couch, and I'm like, oh, he's drunk. Next thing you know, his eyes are rolling back. He's all like fizzing and shit, and I'm like, no, because I'm like, I felt really bad, you know. But then a part of me, like, I know this is gonna sound bad, but I was like, man, fuck, if this fool dies, I'm gonna get in trouble. I was like, I mean, it's not like I didn't want him to die, but I'm like, damn, I'm gonna get in trouble too, like if he dies, because like I hosted the party. Okay, but we're getting off track. We're getting off track here. Justin, why did you pick business? 'Cause I feel like everyone and their mom be in business.
I picked business because I honestly I don't know what I want to do. If football doesn't work out, I don't really have like a backup plan, something that I'm super interested in, like I am with football. So I was in business at first, and then I switched to social and behavioral sciences like Andy because I wanted to graduate in December. So just to get out of there sooner and get, I knew I was gonna go to another school, so I was like, I'd get it out in December, get there sooner, practice with them, you know.
So you're graduating early then?
Yeah.
So you're not in business anymore then?
I was in social. That's what I got my my AA in. But when I go to Lincoln, I'm gonna major.
Go for business.
Yeah.
Fuck, you better pray this shit works out then, bro.
Betting on me.
Like,
yeah.
so you like literally have like no other passions or nothing like that?
No, that's why it's been so hard. Like when I see people that know what they want to do when they're young, I'm like, dude, you're blessed. Like I wish I knew what I wanted to do.
No, I feel that, bro. Cause like I feel like that's even for me too. Like if social media don't work out, bro, I think I'm going to the union.
You know what's crazy?
Well,
It's I hear it a lot. It's like George has worked everywhere in Los Banos.
I have, dude. Like I mean, and that's what people.
Cart Chronicles,
bro. Cart Chronicles was an era, bro. That's where really I feel like my fan base hella grew, cause like everyone was talking about me bitching about carts and shit.
So how did you start with social media? Like how did you what made you want to be like an influencer of that sort? Like the podcast?
It kind of just happened. I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like Cart Chronicles really like made it like, oh, people actually give a shit what I'm talking about. Cause like I feel like after I graduated, I had a good amount of people on Snapchat, but then I started throwing a lot of parties. And then every time I would go to a party, it would just be like, oh, what's your Instagram? What's your Snapchat? What's your Instagram? And I'd just be sharing. And then people like from other cities, I would go to Modesto, Merced, Fresno, and they would be like watching my stuff. And then they just kept supporting me. They're just like, bro, this is hella funny. And then I remember one time someone came up to me, and this was the first time I was at the gym, and they're like, hey, you work at Food for Less, don't you? And I was like, yeah. They're like, wait, are you the guy that does the carts? The carts? I was like, yeah. They're like, bro, your stuff's hella funny. And I was like, oh shit, like people actually are paying attention to like what I do. And then I feel like not until I think 2020, maybe like a year after, that's when I was really like getting people on Snap, getting people on Instagram, and I was like, maybe I could do something, because I feel you so much on not knowing what I want to do.
It's stressful.
It is, and people just expect you to know.
Yeah,
they just expect you to figure that shit out. You know what I mean? But that's why, like, I feel like with this platform, I was like, at least I'm contributing something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm bringing you guys on for your story, and just like everyone else moving forward. You know what I mean? Like Andy said earlier, like, oh, there's actually talented people here. It's like, no one's gonna showcase that for them. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like it's not necessarily my duty, but I feel like it's something that I can definitely benefit.
Like, help kids out.
Like looking back, like scratch away all of this shit. Like I know at least I'm affecting people in the good, you know, and especially like with Snapchat. I remember the thing that really like made me want to consistently do this was there was a guy in the hospital, right? And he goes, bro, I just want to say I'm in the hospital right now. I think he was from Minnesota or something like that. And he goes, bro, I watch all your stuff, bro, and like I'm going through right now, but like because he had chemo, he was going through chemo, and he's like, hey, like I'm watching your stuff right now while I'm at chemo, and this shit's making me laugh. And I was like, whoa. Dope. And I kind of thought he was trolling, because I got a lot of trolls. And he's like, bro, and he snapped me, and he has like an IV in his arm. He's just like, I'm here, like I'm in chemo, bro. I was like, whoa. That's crazy. And then another thing too was that was one. And then in 2020 when my mom died, I started posting about it, and I would like through it all. And the person I was seeing at the time, she's like, hey, you don't have to like put this on, you know, like you don't have to. I was like, no, but like everyone has been such a big part of my life, you know, that I'm like they're with me on my journey. Because before I was vlogging, I was a vlogger, you know, so that's why everyone knew about it, and I got so much support from it. Like people were like, oh, I'm in your prayers, this and that, and like that helped me so much through it all. So that's why I do what I do now, you know what I mean?
That's respectable. Hell yeah. Facts.
And so like to end this off, you guys, I want to know like what's gonna be like what was your biggest takeaway? What was both of your guys' biggest takeaway, memory, whatever you guys want to share about Merced College football?
Me, I would have to say just like the memories. I'm never gonna forget the memories that we made there. It's crazy. Like that apartment, I'm gonna remember that apartment forever. And just like I said, the people you meet, I'm gonna be friends with those people for a long time. Like it's just bonds that just don't break.
I love that, bro. That a part of me wishes too. I did that. Like I went to a college to play football like that. It's just like run back the football experience. You know. How about you, Ant?
Definitely agree with Justin. Like the people that I met there, like insane. Like the amount of memories we had at that house. Whether it's people coming over just to hang out, Madden tournaments, like people just coming to like spend the night. But it was just like it never felt like the same person twice. Like it just felt like family. Like everyone who walked in, like they were just always so welcomed, and like they were always so welcoming to us. Like not only did people like come over, but like they make themselves at home, but they take care of it as their home as well. Like some people come in, clean up after themselves. I mean, some people wouldn't, but but there's people like who actually respected like our home and not just looked at it as like, oh, it's where the football players stay at, like and it was just cool having all the people there. But definitely like pregame meals, all the bus rides, like all the games, it's like that's something you're never gonna lose, and that's something like I'll always look back at. And like it's crazy, and it's like it's one thing that I had a hard time letting go of, knowing that I'm never gonna have the opportunity to game. It's like when I left Merced, like I'm not gonna lie, I had like a little depression.
Really?
Because like you gotta look back at it. Like I was seeing my friends every single day. I was living with my friend for the past year. Yeah. And it's like I seen all these faces every single day, and it's like how do you go from being a junior college football player to living a regular life in a matter of one day? And it's like it switched up your whole routine.
Completely changed.
It's like I would wake up, and it's like usually whenever I woke up I'd go bug him, or if like we'd sleep in the same room because like we'd play Madden all night or something, like it was just different. Like I had to relearn who I was, relearn what I wanted to do.
I could imagine that, because I could like you basically just said, like that's a whole new life. Like I know after I graduated and I was just like, I'm here. Like I'm living now. Like life starts. You know what I mean? You're not getting any younger. Like I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, damn, coming in May or June, I'm gonna be out of high school for 4 years. Like what the fuck? Wild. 4 years?
Time flies after high school.
I was like, damn. And I told my sister, because her 10-year reunion at Pacheco is coming. I was like, damn, bitch, you're old. 10 years?
That's crazy.
And then eventually, bro, then we're gonna be fucking 2 years, 3 years out, 4 years out. Because you're what, 2 years out?
3 years. No, yeah. Like two and a half kind of.
That's fucking crazy, guys.
Wild.
But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you're new here, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so when I post another one, you guys are already knowing. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Shout out. See ya.